speed management. G-force. Let's run it.
Oh, man. That's all right. We're here.
Oh, my God.
The safe word will be whiskey.
Whiskey.
We're here.
I already said the safe word.
Whiskey.
Wait.
Welcome to the Whiskey Wonders
Oh.
podcast. Episode 4. We are doing
Or 5.
We're doing great things today.
Yeah. We got a good...
We got a beautiful guest with us today, Georgette Angelos. I said her name so many times tonight. Let's do this again.
No, this is the first take.
Okay.
How are you? Thank you for coming so much.
Thank you so much. It's good to be here.
Are you?
Good to be here.
Are you happy to be here? Because
I am so stoked.
you just got here. We just started, and it's been super easy and smooth. So
totally.
I'm hyped.
I mean, let's be transparent here.
The button's red. We're on.
We are killing it.
The professionalism that goes into rehearsal. It's like we were talking about SNL earlier, right? When I first got here, and they're like, yeah, you guys like plan out. It's like a plan out for like a week for like a skit that lasts for 3 minutes. They map out all the spots. That's us.
Yeah, we're gonna be
Hire
here
us
for
on
2 days.
Hey, if you guys are hiring on SNL,
Yeah.
I'm hilarious.
we got all the nuts and
We're
bolts.
perfect.
Not for camera or soundboard work, but I can talk.
No, if you guys want us to operate anything, we're out.
Funny guy.
Tina Thompson leaves.
Everybody needs a fat, funny guy.
All right, so what are you drinking, Corey?
Listen, not for the first time today. The bottle's almost gone. We're drinking some Basil Hayden, recommended by our guest today.
The label's ripped off because it's been a very, very frustrating couple.
The bottle actually has a really awesome fucking Gucci belt. It paid a good $1 for at the mall.
Don't
and
ever play. This is real Basil Hayden. This is authentic Basil Hayden. You see the logo.
It's light on the basil, heavy on the Hayden.
Yeah.
This is some straight bourbon whiskey.
Where's it distilled?
In the Jack the Beanstalk factory.
Jim and the Beanstalk.
We're getting our sponsorship back.
All right, so it's actually just
raise hell, praise
distilled
Dale.
in the Jim Beam factory, just like every other whiskey that we've had on the show. And I said Beam.
Beam me up,
it's
Scotty.
In Kentucky, it's 80 proof, 40% alcohol per volume, and you can get it for a cool $40.
That's 2 20s or 4 10s.
However you want to count your money, you could put your card in the machine too. Zelle your buddy, tell him to pick it up.
I don't think you can also get it through Drizzly.
Shout out to
Drizzly.
Oh, yes.
You can get it through Drizzly. You can use
yes.
use promo code Whiskey Wonders to get no money off of your order.
Cheers, everyone.
7 Whiskey Wonders.
The Whiskey Wonders.
You pay for the same price it was in the beginning.
Put in the promo code Whiskey Wonders. You pay $13 extra. Drizzly.
I'm glad.
Thanks for the sponsorship.
Yes.
Cheers, everybody.
My favorite movie is Deja Vu.
And we're officially off.
Deja
All right.
Trey. It's like 3 times. All right, so we got a guest
delicious. That's nice, smooth.
That's my
No
first time
basil,
drinking that.
but a whole lot of Hayden's.
here. What does Hayden taste like?
Why don't you take a sip, brother?
No.
Don't know, now you know.
Nope.
Oh my god.
Hayden. Right? Ooh, and
All
we're
right,
kicking this
so-
thing off, sipping some whiskey, talking.
So
a little
let's
bit
see.
of
Let's see a little bit about you. What
Yeah,
do you
our
do?
guest.
What do you do?
No.
Because we go way back. I've known you a very long time, for probably at least
Look at the clock now.
tens of
I mean, at
minutes,
this point, I feel like I've known
dozens of minutes. I've known you. So
No, I feel like
Go way back.
I've known you longer than Corey at this point.
I know, right? See that?
Sorry, yeah.
Jet.
I know.
We go way back, like
dude,
15 minutes, 20, like an hour.
We
But it's been deep.
It's real deep.
Yeah, it's very
Real
deep. Yes.
a bunch of introductions.
This is the first take. What are you talking about?
Yeah, only one.
Pointed to me like you wanted me to do the rim shot. Does you have a thing?
Something.
Hey, right?
Do something. Air quotes. That's your move, I guess.
So you can't even see him. Rim
our,
shot.
Our amazing guest today is a producer, beautiful lady,
boss woman. I don't use the word
a mama.
That they say
Okay.
I mean, let's
the
check
whole-
them all off. You're killing it, you know.
Yeah,
Queen.
if you got a list to check off,
Yeah.
let's just pull it
Queen.
out now.
Queen would be on there.
Or
Queen
Just
would be
hold
on
Let me
there.
get my list.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm just back. I'm happy to be with you guys because I haven't been here for a long time. I've been living in Los Angeles for 10 years.
Yeah.
So
you're from here though
journey.
originally.
Yeah, originally from here, which, by the way, for all of you, we're in Fort
Fort
Pierce,
Pierce, Florida, baby.
Ooh, no, I don't know where we're at.
Yeah.
Undisclosed.
Yeah, exactly.
Allegedly, we're in Fort Pierce.
Allegedly, we're in South Florida, but
Pierce,
so yeah, so
baby.
it's awesome to be back. It's been the best, but it was quite a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like pretty much everything that's happening right now in my life has been like pretty wild, and that's why it's crazy that we all got together at this time because there is lots to touch down on, and that people are interested in, and it's hitting the feels, and it's all the things, it's all the emotions.
There's a bunch, and you're
there's
the
a lot.
perfect person to talk to about it right now.
Thank you. Yeah, for sure.
We can touch base on that.
Well, the reason why what we started out with, kicking off is we were laughing, or I guess really seriously talking about the big loads of cocaine that they just found on the beach.
Which beach?
In Palm Beach.
Which
Palm
but
Beach.
which exact beach?
1.5.
But which beach was it?
Do we know which beach?
Which beach was it?
$1.5 million worth,
Let's take it to our
which you
producer real
can,
quick.
as Zach said, double on the street. So
Shit. Let me get the math. If I do it about a quarter key, so it's $35.95. Yeah, so you get about street value about $35,000.
whoever found that shit is.
I think I watch a lot of Law and Order.
Yeah.
Whoever found it the day before, they're like driving a Kia.
Oh, look at those.
Like,
Look at those bricks. They
He
got
dropped it
lobster.
off
They got
in
like
the tundra.
lobsters drawn on them, or like lions.
What are those?
Yeah. What's it?
sir, why did you buy a $60,000 Tundra the day before you dropped this cocaine off?
Listen, I
Is that
was
what
gonna do
your
it
fir-
anyways.
Your first big cocaine flip, you're like, I'm buying a
He's
Tundra.
literally
That's what he said. That's what he said. He's like,
Is that your $60,000 Tundra, all loaded?
that's what
Corey's
he.
like, yeah, that's it.
That's Corey,
Oh,
though.
you're not stealing cocaine, are you?
Oh,
It's like,
wait.
no, I'm
Corey pulls up
Is
next
this-
to a Tundra. He goes, "What a coke dealer."
What is this, your apartment that you park
Every
it
time he
at?
sees a Tundra driving, he's like, this guy sells lots of coke. This guy's
Tundra.
Hey, update on the beach.
I was just saying, Tundra's a nice truck,
Just
dude.
says the 3400 block of South Ocean Boulevard in Palm Beach. So,
Oh, 300,
Beach.
300 block.
what ocean that is, but
Heard that's scary. 300 block.
How many? Can we look this up? How many fucking barrels of cocaine roll up on the beach in Florida?
Annually?
Like, I mean, it's got to be multiple.
I don't. But also, I don't think they transport cocaine by the barrel. I think it's it's bricks usually.
think it's-
You're like, look at this barrel that's just
Barrels
pouring
of-
out
I
fucking
mean, come on.
cocaine out. You're like,
Hey,
it's like
new move, everyone. They don't think you do it in barrels.
I don't think they put it on a pamphlet either. Like, look, welcome to Florida. We transport 1.5 million cocaine to the beaches annually. You're like, oh, that's funny.
Are you kidding me? I would. As soon as you roll in Miami, like
Hey,
this.
we're moving to
Listen.
Florida. I'm getting a middle
Yeah, people
sector.
like-
You're getting implants. We're out of here.
They're like, oh, did you move down here because of the pandemic? They're like,
No, the
yeah,
cocaine.
that's what it was.
the
Yeah.
pad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, I heard
okay.
there's a bunch of
What?
cocaine in Palm
Yeah.
Beach.
So yeah. But like, how like lame and nerdy do you have to be like, I found all these drugs, sir. Take them
You're
back.
definitely honest, Abe, but I think like
Yeah.
You don't take a
There's
little
a
bit.
thin line between honesty
Or all
and
of
just
it?
being a big dumb idiot.
right. But here's the kicker.
Not that big of a line though.
Is that different big operations, whether it be like the DEA or
Yeah.
FBI or whoever it is. I guess it's like pretty like centered into
Mm-hmm.
DEA, like police force. Is they plant those things so people.
Oh,
come
that's
up and
wet,
be
like bait
Wait,
car.
what?
Like, oh shit, we found it, or like we
You
found it,
busted
and
doing
they're-
30 years.
And then while you're putting it in your car driving away, they're like, "We put this here, you dumb fuck." Like,
Well, fuck you. That is horrible.
That's-
That's bait car. That's like bait car.
That's
but
like
that's the reason why people
It's
like.
like Chris
bait car.
Hansen.
When I love that show so much when you
Or,
see the.
or they find out
reaction.
that
Not
something
Chris
went,
Hansen.
like if they find out that something went missing, you know what I mean? That's when that happens because they know that they're looking for
Who? What do you mean?
a certain amount of.
Yeah,
kilos.
also, if you-
The
don't-
DA
yeah.
like
The
like,
DA
let's say
sees
like
something
a
missing.
boat got sunk. This
Okay.
is how many of the bricks that they recovered. They know that there's 8 missing.
Right.
They wash up on the beach somewhere. They go back.
8
they, like-
normal people have bricks of cocaine.
But yeah, exactly.
Hey,
like,
that's how you get started.
Someone's grandpa is driving in reverse in a Ferrari. Going, hey,
Hey, how'd you
For
become
no
a drug
apparent
dealer?
reason. Yeah.
I fell in my lap. I'd rather washed onto my lap.
Well, actually,
but,
Yeah.
I was at a nude beach
He's
once.
like normal blue collar.
yeah, but you can't find that and then just be like, you get caught with it 3 days. You're like, dude, I just didn't have time to bring it in. I swear, I'll be like, really,
I
just
did-
4
I did.
keys.
That's
You
your
can't bring
excuse.
it.
I
Like,
just found it.
I had a double the next day.
oh, this ain't the one I found. This is I had to re up.
I was about to call you guys, and then I got a phone call about my car warranty being expired. And I just totally forgot.
My extended warranty was warranty is that I had to fix that.
Yeah.
Bills came, buddy. So listen,
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
You're welcome.
you're fucking lucky you got half of it, brother.
No, this is all of it though.
So yeah, lots of cocaine
Lots of
on the
cocaine.
beach in Florida.
Lots of cocaine everywhere.
Lots of cocaine
Lots of
everywhere. It all comes from Florida.
From here to the
we
Bay,
could definitely, pretty much all say that and know that. I mean, is there
It
anywhere
looks
else where
like
it
fun.
comes in?
It looks
'Cause
like
I don't
fun.
really know.
Looks
that.
like a lot of fun, but I don't.
Does
I
it?
don't
Is
know.
it all? Is it all
I
came
don't
in on
even
the
think it's
south?
like. I don't even think there's.
I've never done it.
Well, I mean, let's be real.
I don't know what it looks
obviously.
like.
You guys-
Yeah, let's be seriously
you guys
100%
have-
real.
you
I've
guys
never
have
even
this-
heard of this stuff.
Right, exactly. Let's describe what cocaine does to you. What are the effects?
What
here?
is it?
So-
What color is it?
Right.
You get a nasty hangover.
I've just heard allegedly what it looks like.
Let's
but-
all stop playing. It's great.
Right.
It's green.
It really just depends who your dealer is, I guess. Too much.
All right.
Allegedly, you're a alleged dealer.
I wish I had a
Blowing your spot.
Are you talking out of turn?
Oh, there we go, Mike Tyson.
But I understand you just kind of have a funny story. Not a funny story, but
Oh.
like a
I mean, I definitely have like some tie-ins
Yeah.
to this for sure. Because so we're sitting there talking about like, oh, who would have returned it? Where's it even coming from? Like, it's also scattered now, and it's such a scattered market. Which obviously the reason why you guys have me here is because I was with the number one.
Oh no, because we love
long
you.
time
friends.
Don't
We're
do
long
that.
time friends.
Located.
Long time
You guys
friends.
want to hear the goods?
Long-time listener, first
I
time
get
caller.
it.
Okay.
I'm here to deliver that.
Oh no, actually, don't tell us at all. We just want you to hear because we love you.
Corey, let her talk. She's here to tell us what we want.
Yeah, I'm here to deliver the goods.
You're gonna say
That's
that
what
out
we've
of all
gone over.
people?
But is such a different day and age that I had my eyes open to because growing up where we are now, there's a bunch of old smugglers everywhere. You should see, obviously with what I'm about to talk about, how many of my friends' dads and people that I know have come out of the woodworks to be like, I used
Allegedly.
to smuggle
Allegedly.
this, yes, yeah, for sure, not naming any
Probably.
names.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
Not my
probably.
dad.
Yeah, but
Most likely.
you get what I'm saying though. Like it's so
Yeah, yeah.
wild because it was like literally the wild fucking west. Because everyone saw an opportunity to make money, and they were coming from
Or the Wild East.
This is a generation. Yeah, this is a generation that's coming from the 1940s and 50s. Where it was like you do everything by the book, you do everything. This is what it means to have a career that works. This is what it means to provide for your family. And then the 50s started getting kind of wild, more rock and roll, more whatever.
Communism.
And then the 60s, and then the
communist.
60s were like, we're gonna go our own way. You know what I mean? Everyone's ripping off from the fucking confines
We're gonna
of
do
society. Was really started. Of course, but I
That's
mean, like
essentially
really,
what happened.
really started with weed. So with George,
gateway
with George
drug.
Jung, who became like my heart and soul of my career and my
George
passion.
Jung from Blow.
From the movie Blow?
Yeah, George.
No, from the book, you idiot.
Yeah, exactly. Thank
Oh.
They made a movie? They made a movie about it?
Ah man, if
Yeah,
I
it's-
could.
They should get Johnny Depp to play
Molly
on it. That'd be
Wagyu.
tight.
you. Yeah, totally. I know. You know what would be really great to play George as Johnny Depp. But
I'm gonna pitch that.
yeah, it's like, and again, like with my background and growing up in like a cool small town where like everyone kind of like we all like smoked a little bit of herb and did our thing and whatever. Like I dealt like little dime bags in high school and shit. And then you sit there and you further
Allegedly.
and further down and yeah, allegedly I did.
Everything
but-
is allegedly
yeah.
on the show. If we
Yeah.
could just,
We're
gonna
not
say
talking
one-
facts,
No,
brother.
no, you
We're gonna
guys-
say
you guys
one-
just have an icon that just flashes allegedly
Yeah,
in the corner.
we're gonna say one time.
Yeah.
Everything
Don't quote us
is
on anything.
allegedly.
But you know, but in other words, with anyone who was like kind of in that world of us growing up,
South Florida.
you meet somebody that's to that degree. Where like George was a pioneer. I had the pleasure of filming with him the last 3 years and spending the last 5 years of his life with him.
I love how you're really modest about it. You guys are like homies.
We were so
Right.
close. Yeah,
And
very close.
I just want to say,
George and Georgette,
Sorry.
match made in heaven. So
Isn't it the same person?
rest
Yeah.
in peace.
at certain points in the night, yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna go ahead and just one moment of silence. I'd like to do this on the show.
This is definitely to George for sure.
to George.
To George.
Show us how to do it. How to
Yeah.
make this money.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure he dropped a lot of knowledge and wisdom on you.
He did. I mean, the main
probably be the
takeaway
best.
that I wanted to like bestow upon the public the day that he passed was he said if I would have known what I know today, I wouldn't have moved a gram of it, because bringing 90% of the cocaine in the United States and forming the Medellin cartel single-handedly without his knowledge, he was just sitting there to make money. He knew how to transport, because of his smuggling days with marijuana. He knew how to transport large loads of things in an airplane,
Whatever it be.
which no one else was doing.
Yeah.
So he pioneered the weed game, he pioneered the coke game, and the weed he's like all about. I mean, fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like,
That's the
please,
true graduation
like,
from your hometown.
We've gone
cocaine.
legal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people that would that are gonna watch.
We're all got our
this
cards.
is like
Don't
a-
even worry about it.
Oh yeah,
I was
we're
saying
definitely
I-
legal here.
a saying that I had with some friends in LA is that we're going legal, and that's the marijuana business.
Yeah.
So George is like, fuck, really? I got put away for 22 years
For
because,
what this store does.
Yeah, because of what this.
Yes. So that's what I was going to ask you. Like, I
Yeah.
wanted to touch base on anything that you can tell us or anyone listening that, like, maybe wasn't, like, correct in the movie or the book,
Oh,
or,
yeah,
like,
for sure.
or, like, something that he just couldn't even say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like-
because it was too, or whatever. You know what I mean? You probably...
Well, with anything, so like what we started filming was originally was going to be a documentary, and it went into 5 episodes because there was so much
So
information.
much, yeah.
And with a documentary, you have a little bit more leeway because in a feature film, you have to cut it down. So like even when they showed George the first in prison, they brought like this little, television, if you will,
Behind you.
to show him like the first 5 hours that they had edited before they turned it into 2. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it started out with so
And he
much
was in
filming,
prison
so
while
much-
he's watching these.
he didn't
things.
get to reap any of the benefits of the success, and that's why for me as a filmmaker, coming together with him when I did, fresh out of prison, I was like, this third time's a charm. He didn't get to enjoy the success of the book because he went to prison for 22 years. He didn't get to enjoy the success of the film because he was in prison.
Yeah.
So here he is. He's out. I'm his ticket.
Right.
And then he just died last week. So that's why it's like this bittersweet thing, because unfortunately now that he's passed, we've had people, like, we've been in the process of selling it for the past like 6 months. And people that were like, yeah, maybe next quarter. Yeah, maybe this, like kind of passing on it because it's not
And
of like
now-
of relevancy. They're
Now
all coming
it's-
back. They're
oh,
like,
shit.
psych.
Yeah.
We want it now. And that's totally fine.
But you doubled y'all's
God
price.
bless. Totally. Well, I mean, not whatever. You
I
know what
mean, I don't mean to get in that. I'm sorry. I do think
we
money
definitely
business
have we definitely have the ability to make it worth
Right.
what it's more. But again,
I
still,
apologize
like,
to make that like.
no, that's not. That's a pretty safe assumption. I think anyone in business would sit there and say, "Okay, well, great. They already said no.
Yeah.
Now you know that they want it."
Right.
Anyone who comes back and seems like anything,
That
then-
is a huge bummer because like you watch the movie, you're always pulling for the dude.
Oh my God,
always,
you're
and
rooting
like
for him the whole time.
And then
Yeah.
it turns out like even after the events in the movie, he gets out. You're still pulling for him, and
Yeah.
didn't.
That's
He
it,
didn't
and
get it. You
and
know, like
yeah, let's.
it ended just like the movie almost.
This
Like
is,
you know,
this is just
it's
ending
a bummer.
again, just like the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, it's like the-
fucking
yeah.
sucks
Well, the
so
most-
That's a
bad.
bummer. That's a bummer. Like
Yeah.
that's like I could. You know, when you think about what happened after that movie, you're like, yeah. In your head, you're like, yeah, he fucking got
Well,
out.
the
And he
most-
lived the rest of his
most
life and whatever. And then like,
Uncommon assumption, as you said earlier, is that everyone thinks he went to prison for all those years for cocaine.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He only did 3 years.
Yeah,
and then he
like-
got out. Right?
Yeah, he did. It was the largest cocaine season in all of American history at the time. You know, it was like some kind of crazy amount of like, kilos.
What was it? What was? Can you
It was
look
yeah. It's
What-
called.
how-
Just
hey,
look up. Just look up Operation Blow. I should know this, but you guys have obviously put
What's
some. Put
how
some
many
shit in my
Operation
system
Blow?
since I've
How
been here,
many
so.
kilos?
Yeah, we only tried like three takes.
Operation Blow, 1985. I think it
85.
was.
Damn,
Good
before
year.
I was
That was a
even
good year.
born.
85 was a good year.
Yeah, but there's one thing I was
J.
curious
Cole's born.
about the docuseries and the movie. Do you think like they push you off on the docuseries so much because the movie was such a big hit? Like honestly, to me, I didn't know George Jung at all until Blow came out.
Sure.
You know, same thing with like Casino. Casino's based on like
Right.
Lefty
Bugsy Siegel.
Rosenthal.
Bugsy Siegel. and shit,
No, that's a different one. But yeah, other movies like that, they changed it. Godfather's actually based on the Colombo family, and like sometimes like, oh, we don't need a docuseries. The movie tells it all, you know, and like. Just me speaking, like I didn't know. Who
I didn't know. The reason why they said no to it was because there was an attempt to sell while there was a global pandemic going on and everyone was losing their jobs.
Oh, yeah.
So that fucking sucked.
Bad market.
and secondary,
pay our
but let's
people.
talk about the Hollywood end of things. Johnny Depp lost his suit against the Sun. Against the Sun, which is what are those really shitty?
Oh,
magazines
like
called?
National Enquirer?
Yeah, exactly.
Like a tabloid?
Yeah. The Sun,
I was like, whose Sun?
which is based out of London, and
Really? That's wild.
and it wasn't like he was proven guilty, but he just lost the case because he was suing them for
Defamation or something?
Exactly, defamation of character and slander because they called him a wife beater against his wife at the time, Amber Heard. But there's another suit that's happening within the state of Virginia, and he's pretty much going to like appeal, or he's going up to go against, to fight it and all that other stuff. So God bless him. Hashtag justice for Johnny.
Yeah.
That's what's going on right now.
Hey,
and I'm behind that. I spent a lot of time with Johnny. I had the pleasure of filming with him.
What? Hit the horns, brother.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Are you talking out of turn?
Anyway,
the horns.
I'm sorry, man. Yeah, that was for you.
Yeah,
No, I was
Thank
gonna
you.
touch base on that, man. Like you just like glide
Yeah.
into like I hang out with Johnny Depp. Or
Did he play guitar?
Okay, so
Did
he, no, not when we were hanging
I
out.
feel like he always
Well,
plays
I
guitar.
have those are some great stories. It's like neither here nor there. And the reason why I'm so like blasé about it is because it was again like what happened with me and George was so meant to be. And we thought that we were done filming. I hadn't been able to meet Johnny Depp yet. I wasn't in touch with his people yet, but we pretty much wrapped. We had our martini, which is our last shot, because I threw George's.
Was it a martini or was it a martini?
That's what they call it. Is a martini shot. It's a martini.
Really? Okay.
Yes, it's quotes. It's quotes.
Yeah.
And so what we thought our last shot is because I threw George his 76th birthday party at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood. So when you see Hollywood, California, and the Chinese Theater, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Grauman's Theater. I reenacted the premiere night of Blow.
Really?
For George for his
There?
birthday. Yeah.
What?
So
Holy shit! What the fuck?
So it was.
Wait, so did you
Hit
like
the
hire
horns one
actors?
time,
Yeah,
Corey.
I had people walk around that looked like I had an actor.
He doesn't even know.
Those scientists better check their hypotenuses, dude.
You better make sure that we're still recording right now. That's all I gotta say.
I've
I
been
was just
looking.
kidding.
So yeah,
That must have been
I'm
insane to
actually-
plan.
because like I didn't get in touch with Johnny and all these other things that happened. We'd already filmed
Johnny.
for a couple years. Shut up. And we'd already filmed for a couple years. And it was just like, okay, we're done. Like I've exhausted my efforts. I've talked to everyone. I've done everything. And then I was half asleep on a flight to San Francisco to go meet with George's daughter, Christina, the infamous daughter of the movie. And I was on my way there and I woke up and I looked at my co-producer. I go, I know what we're going to do for George's birthday. I'm going to throw it at the Chinese Theater. And he looked at me like,
Did you dream it?
bitch. I literally was just like in this half asleep state where like it kind of just came to me.
Vision, Corey,
Because-
not a dream. Vision.
Because I knew
Big difference.
like a close girlfriend of mine who's a film producer as well. Her business partner is a part owner of the Chinese Theater. So in other words, I had these connections. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna recreate the night of the premiere because George was in prison. So I had a white carpet. They had a white carpet instead of a red carpet. I got a white carpet.
Cocaine white
it was-
carpet.
Okay.
Got it. Let's
it
go.
was- but I mean, it was-
Horns.
You hit the fucking horns.
But it was like 400 people in this theater. We watched the trailer for the docuseries first, and then I did a screening, of the movie Blow. which also was the first time that George had ever seen it.
He hadn't
No
seen it up until
way.
then, really?
Yes. So it was a really
Hey,
like,
brother, look at this multi-million-dollar
That's
movie.
insane.
That's about
It
you.
was a really
Those scientists better check their hypotenuses,
Change
dude.
it, man. You fucking tricked me, dude.
This guy's horrible.
So it was epic. We thought it was done. We were like, okay, we're gonna film this epic Hollywood party, and it's gonna be great. And then that's gonna be it. I never thought I was ever gonna, because I'll be real with you, like it was like managing a fucking circus. Was getting this documentary done.
Well, he's probably a wild dude.
Well,
like,
George loved his scotch.
exactly. That's what I was thinking.
His
He's
domestic
probably a wild
partner,
character.
Rhonda loves her liquor, and it was just like herding fucking cats all the time. I was like, for the love of God, can you
Herding
guys-
cats? That seems,
Yeah.
that's
So
so.
you're
what?
like, can you? Because cats are just like, meow, and they just like go around everywhere.
Yeah, that's a
spends
pretty
a-
good cat.
Well, it's an actual saying.
She
people,
spends a lot of
is
time.
Is it
around
really?
Cats, obviously.
herding cats is because it's impossible to get them in one
Like
group.
herding?
Yeah, like
All you do is
herd-
use a
herding.
spray bottle.
Oh, get them, corralling
Yeah,
them. Okay.
corralling them.
Could you name drop like the top 3 people that was on that guest list?
Oh yeah.
Like who are you calling? Like, hey, I'm trying to recreate this
Well-
premiere. Like, whose number is in that
Did you
phone?
have what's his
Or you
face?
might not leave here.
It's probably some
Too
Broadway
much,
people.
Too much, I get it.
Was Pee Wee Herman there?
Let's not.
I'm just curious.
I talked to Paul Rubin.
Paul Rubin. I was trying to think of his name.
I talked to him, which of course he extended his apologies and talked to George for a while and whatever. But I mean, the crazy thing is that all these people lived this life through filming this, and the only person who met him was Johnny. Because Johnny Depp had to sit with him in prison for over I think close to 100 hours to study his
Yeah, his
Figure it out.
mannerisms and everything. Yeah,
mannerisms
yeah.
and his speech and whatever.
Method
So,
acting, right?
Yeah,
God, he's good.
it was incredible.
That Boston accent was great too.
Yeah.
So the way that we got done filming, and I had just been under so much stress for so many years and had been doing so much, and my crew was under so much stress, and we did so much, and we had a great time, but we did so much. So it was like this decompression time period, and I got pregnant, and then I was like,
Hilarious,
oh, shit.
I guess. I guess it's hilarious.
I was like, okay, cool. My time.
Titty residue.
We're hitting these at random, and that's probably pretty funny.
But no. Here's the great thing, and this is why. And for me, I'm very spiritual, and everything happens for a reason. If you continue to do things with good intentions in your life, then everything that happens to you, good or what you think is bad at the time, is meant to be.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like if you're going through a shitty time period of your life and you're a really good person, just think about it as like it's a part of the season.
Ride it out.
It's a part of the season.
You gotta
You just
ride it
gotta keep
out.
trucking.
And you'll learn from it, and it's for a reason. So anyway, I'm pregnant, and I'm just like, okay, fuck it. I'm gonna write Johnny Depp's people, and I'm gonna say, listen, George is gonna fucking die soon, and I'm gonna bring these 2 dudes back together. And I got an email within an hour of where
solid
we
dude.
want to make this happen. Well, I mean, obviously it was his management team.
I like to think it
and-
was actually Johnny.
Well, I mean, they had obviously he's sitting next to whoever's answering
don't
the
say
email.
Johnny.
He gave the green light for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And
J-Dog.
so I was like, listen, this is what we did. I don't want to film. I don't want to do anything. I just want to bring them back together. It was kind of like my reconciliation
Gift to
with
it,
the
like
whole
kind of
thing.
like a
Yeah.
gift to it,
I was
like something you can do for him. Yeah,
Exactly. So they wrote back, and Johnny Depp is a part of the Hollywood Vampires, which is
A band?
Yeah, it's a band with
Told you to play guitar.
It's Alice Cooper, Johnny Depp, and Joe Perry of Aerosmith.
What?
Yeah. So
How did I've never heard of this?
they
they on
they
Spotify?
are fucking epic.
Are they on Spotify?
So are we. Whiskey Wonders. Check us out. Spotify. Stream that. Subscribe.
So I looked up their tour dates, and weirdly enough, within 2 weeks, it was their last tour date of the entire year, and it was in California. And
Whiskey
I
a
was
go-go.
I'm like, can I just bring George to that show? And they're like, yeah, 100%. We'll get you guys backstage. He'll be with
that's
Johnny, so whatever.
amazing.
So that's how I brought George and Johnny back together. I took him out in the desert into Palm Springs. They treated us like fucking kings and queens, and we walked right in the back door and went to Johnny's green room with him and Joe Perry of Aerosmith, and just sat there. And I'm 4 months pregnant at the time.
Surreal.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. I mean, for
What?
me, it's like everyone's smoking weed and cigarettes and fucking boozing, and I'm like,
You're
well,
just stone cold sober and feel good.
But you can't.
it's a
She doesn't want to be
godsend.
around it because she's got She's pregnant.
Well,
You're
I
trying
mean,
to
I would
breathe
like
another
leave
thing.
the room out of the cigarettes. But my point is like it was a godsend because usually I'd be like, no, I'm definitely having some drinks. Like,
Yes.
100%. The professionalism was so on point
Because you
that
couldn't,
Johnny,
you knew you couldn't.
They
do it.
loved it.
Johnny wanted to film with us.
They fucking loved
Yeah.
it.
Johnny wanted to film with me. Johnny wanted to spend time with us. He was totally cool with it. It was like whatever you guys want. And that's what we did. So about 2 weeks later, we were at his house in Hollywood and we filmed for like 5 hours. And George stayed with him for a week, so I was there for a week.
Damn.
Is he playing guitar?
No,
I feel like he's always playing guitar.
That's awesome though. That
Yeah.
and
we had a great time. It was a really amazing time, and he was so generous and
Dude,
so
his-
hospitable. And
So you got-
His
like-
range is out of control.
so you got pretty close with both of them. Like I'd imagine, right?
I mean,
like,
definitely
personal
it wasn't
at
like,
least a little bit.
I mean, I think that Johnny had a comfortability with me because George had brought me so into his life, and he saw that I was again doing everything with good intention. I was
Very
the most professional
comfortable.
person he's ever worked
It's like
with
if he's
since the
going to
movie
talk to
Blow
him, he's going
happened.
to talk to you.
Almost like he
and-
felt
Are
like
you-
he
are
was
you
in good
saying-
hands. He was in good hands.
Yeah,
He
So,
felt like
Yeah,
George
he
was in good
like-
hands. Like,
yeah, he
thank
was
you
just
for
like,
having us back.
She knows.
What
she
she
knows what's
listen
up.
to her. Yeah, she's got you. Yeah, that's.
I don't need. I need nothing. I need nothing from anybody in this room. You know what I mean? I wasn't trying to talk to Johnny. I wasn't trying to be on George's dick. Like
He was playing it cool.
I was like,
Mad.
I was there to
Mad
manage,
cool.
to manage and control, and to keep George looking his best and being his best, which was always by the skin of my teeth, but it happened.
Probably pretty hard to do, right? Because he's probably a
Yeah.
wild dude.
Oh,
I mean,
no, it
you
was
gotta imagine.
like
Well, you do
0
that
to
much
60.
crazy shit in your life, and then you just go to prison for 3 years, and then you get out, and you're like, okay, well, I have a little bit.
Yeah,
and then
but
you
also-
go to prison for 22 years. It's like, but all you know on the outside is like probably.
But
the
also, you live that
craziest
life. You live that life, and you're 76 years old. How the fuck are you gonna act? You gonna act normal? Fuck no. Look at
Especially
the
after
shit I
being in
did.
prison for 22
Yeah,
years.
you don't
How
know
did
any
he
better.
think he was ever gonna? Did he? Like he got shot in the movie. He got shot in real life.
So
See,
hey,
like
yeah,
that's like
so-
he's been through crazy shit. He's 76. He didn't think he was gonna make it this long.
I really
don't-
want
I
to know,
don't think-
like you and studying his actual real mannerisms, like Johnny did with him in prison. Like I kind of would
It
like
was
if
so-
you
it
can
was
touch
so-
any base on that. Like,
No, I can't. It
there's-
was so spot on. To touch on the gun wounds, the gunshot wounds, is we have this epic behind the scenes photo that I'll show to you guys, and you can put it on here or whatever. But it's George. It's literally George bent over.
Hell yeah.
Showing us the.
Is it George or Georgette?
I mean, for this one, it might have been Georgette because there was a bullet.
we haven't even touched base on that.
Really?
Well, that was other intro, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, we'll go back.
We'll
go back.
come back around to that.
Yeah. Oh, the serendipity. Yeah. The long story short with that is the serendipity with me and George is that his name in the book when he would become the submissive with his wife Mirtha, Penelope Cruz's character would be Georgette.
That's
So-
your name.
Yeah,
It is.
That's
so
your
he
name.
became
Yeah,
Georgette
name.
as the submissive. that's what he would call
That's
himself.
Yes.
crazy.
Correct.
And you learn this after the fact.
Yeah,
You-
well, okay,
you
so
had
when
already
me and
known-
George met, I was the head of production for Snoop Dogg's company, which is called Mary Jane.
Give me the goddamn horns. No,
Where
that's not. It's
are
on the next
horns?
page.
Wait, that's just what it's
You don't
called,
have to
Mary
slow down.
Jane
You can just hit us,
Production?
but I will hit you with that. Because
Just
listen,
leave
we're
it
gonna
there.
we're just gonna scratch the surface of a
don't-
bunch of cool shit tonight. All right.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg. Who's he?
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, hold on.
Is it
Let's
like
stick
a-
to our original story and then we'll get there.
So
Shit, but-
just grab the pen.
Yeah, grab the pen. I'm about to
Gonna
doodle.
some notes.
Never do this again.
Yeah, so I was filming. We were at this like cannabis conference, which like in California culture, cannabis conferences are like totally normal because that's when you have a new brand or you have a new vape or you have a whatever. You set up at
That's
the
where
conference,
you
you do
yeah.
business, you do business.
Look at these candies.
It's like cannabis TED talks.
Cannabis TED Talk.
I swear to
Cannabis
God,
talk?
like, they are cannabis talks. And so George was there, and this is in 2015. I guess or maybe early 2016, but either way, I'm there filming for Snoop, and someone goes, "Do you want to meet George Jung, who the movie Blow's based on?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I do!" Like,
yes,
hell
I
yeah.
do.
No, I'm good.
So I walk over and he has like
No,
the
thank
same, long kind of scraggly haircut, and like as it's portrayed in the film, like when Johnny is like the older version of George
Right.
at the end of the movie in prison. And I go, "What's up, George? My name's Georgette. I'm the female version of you." That was my exact line to him.
That's your opening line.
And the
And he
funny
giggled?
thing is that
That's
he
a
goes,
bold move.
he goes, I like how the female version of me looks a lot better. And I said, don't worry about it. I'm holding it down for the both of us.
Nice.
But he was saying,
shot a shot immediately.
Yeah. But it's like, you know me well enough. I'm like a guy girl when it comes to like the powwow type stuff, you know. So it was like a big like ha ha. You know, I sat on his lap for a minute and we had some more laughs. And then I left and he was like, what the fuck does she do? And he's like, oh, they're like, oh, she's Snoop Dogg's producer. And so a couple weeks later, someone called me, like that same guy that introduced us, which, by the way, if he ever hears this, you're a real piece of shit.
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I fucking hate him.
Yeah, fuck you.
But
I do have a kick his ass Seabass somewhere around here.
Kick his ass, Seabass!
he's a germ, but he called me.
That's pretty good.
He called me a couple weeks later and he goes, you know, George asked me what you do. I told him he wants to know if you know anybody who would want to produce his documentary. And I don't know what the fuck came over me, especially if I had any hindsight and I would have seen what I was getting myself into.
You're bold.
I was like, yeah, I want to.
What's up?
And I got on the phone, like, right out the gates, and I was talking to all these fucking crazy people who were like, I'm his manager, and I'm this, and I'm that. And I was like, no, the fuck you're not. Like,
well, you've seen an opportunity.
Jerry Jung and his brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me money.
That's a really hunger move.
That's pretty much what it was. So I had to fight off all these snakes in the grass and all these fucking horrible people before I even got anything signed over to me. But once I got all that done and I got all these people out of here, George was like, if you fly up tomorrow, I'll sign my life rights over to you. And that means that I'm the only one who's allowed to produce anything on his life at all.
So at this point,
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
you own
for the next 15 years.
15 years.
Why did you say it like that?
You own his life.
Yeah, but why did you say it like you're like in 1940s Brooklyn?
So
I love that.
So what
15 years.
That's actually that's your character now.
What I take from this is that you guys
got to fight her.
But because I mean, he felt
you guys got close.
He felt it too. You know what I mean? It was like right out the gates. He knew that I came from like a family that, you know, my dad doesn't fuck around. Like I wasn't raised with any pussyfooting at all, you know? So I was like very direct with him and he saw how I got rid of everybody where he's like, I was just, you know, these people were telling me this. And I'm like, everything that everyone was telling you was a fucking lie. And I'm the only person who's going to like do this correctly. And I have your best intentions. I need nothing from you. I have enough money
on my plate. Yeah.
Like I'm fine, believe me. And that was it. And he goes, if you fly up tomorrow, it was the first time I ever called out of work sick in 2 years working for Snoop.
So you had diarrhea? What you said?
I just like
Snoop.
I got the black.
Oh, for shiz, I know how it is. Stay home, baby girl. I know that.
COVID now, and it's like
you got a Corvus.
Well, yeah. I mean, I had to have that. That talk with Snoop. Funny enough, it was like, because. I don't know have you guys ever seen his talk show GGN?
Yeah, I watched every single episode.
I was waiting for you to just.
So so many of them.
I watched the Trailer Park Boys one. That was pretty tight.
I produced that.
That one was funny.
That's so insane.
Chief
The one Theodis Beasley was on there. There's one with Theodis Beasley. The Action Bronson one was really good.
He had one with Chief Keef. He's like, yo, have you ever smoked weed and eat ice cream? Chief Keef asks this to Snoop Dogg. He's like, you ever smoke weed and eat ice cream? He goes, bitch, I ever smoked weed and had a bitch feeding me ice cream. God damn, dude. That's so hard. Like, that's awesome. They had so much ice cream flavors in common. Like, you like orange sherbet. He's like, motherfucker, that's my favorite. I'm like,
it's a favorite when a bitch feeding to me.
Yeah.
You ever seen this?
Now that we know where it is.
You ever seen the Snoop Dogg Seth Rogen thing? I think that's on
Yes.
Howard Stern.
Yeah.
I also produced that.
You produced that too? Listen,
You produced that? What?
I will pay any amount of money. You know, if you could get. All right, listen. My first guy.
You're going too heavy.
I don't care. The first guy that I ever want to meet.
Hey, listen, Seth Rogen won't come on here for $10.
Sean's price is very reasonable.
We're sold. I have 5. Fuck it.
We can't afford her. Can't afford her and Sean. Sean's price is very reasonable. Hers could be like $10,000.
I don't have much room in the budget after this. All right.
I know.
No, but
Please
seriously,
put all your money in CoreyBowserStock.com
I'm about a Bowser coin
/org.
This is amazing. We'll just keep posting it. Bowser coin. We'll make some money.
My hair.
We have to
I
put you and
hate-
Zach on
I
the
love
same
that I
coin.
can see myself,
and
but
we'll
I
lose
also
money.
hate it because I'm like, oh,
Look at it. You got
Okay.
the glasses on.
whatever. I know the
Looking
glasses are like,
stylish.
oh, sorry.
I do. It
Everybody
is
for the
bright in here.
reflection.
Lights is
Yeah,
bright.
I know exactly. I'm dimming it.
But there's two people that I would want to meet my whole life. Mike Tyson is definitely takes number one.
He gonna be on the show.
Number two, Snoop Dogg. It is, and it's always been that. I would just.
Mike
he's
was super cool. Mike Tyson was super cool. Very, very, very like.
I didn't even know she meant Mike Tyson. Then she just.
Yeah.
I love these nonchalant drops.
Yeah, she's friends with
Oh yo,
everybody.
oh yeah,
I'm
Mike.
gonna start asking you.
Oh yeah, Mikey. I call him Mikey.
She like, do you know Leonardo
Okay,
DiCaprio?
so, okay.
She's like,
Brad Pitt.
I have one person that will watch this that's gonna laugh because
Is it
it's the
Johnny
same-
Depp?
No, it's the same thing.
Is it
Always
Mike?
clowns on me for saying first names. Like I have had the pleasure of meeting and staying at Kevin Costner's house on a couple of different occasions.
At
and,
Waterworld?
and I randomly have said
Stupid.
Kevin. You know, like I brought my dad.
This is my friend Kevin. It's
I
Kevin
brought my dad.
Kevin B.
to Kevin
Costner?
Costner. Yeah, I brought my Kevin B. Costner. I brought my dad to Kevin Costner's house, and you know we smoked a
with
joint
wolves?
with him, and we listened to Sade. He was spinning a Sade record.
No.
smoking a joint with us at his house.
Kevin Costner was dancing with
missing-
wolves to shut
And
in.
that's
Usually
when I-
Sade is right here next to Georgette.
Yeah, but it was like
Yeah,
too much
she's
Sade.
back here.
Bring her over here.
She's watching. Yeah,
bring
let-
her over here. Let me see.
This is our
That's my
usual.
Shout out to Sade because
Sade.
That's my favorite.
She's my.
That's the most beautiful
found him.
woman ever
I found
created.
the horns. I found them.
She is my spirit.
Most
animal,
beautiful woman ever
1000%.
created.
We're gonna keep
Ever.
Sade,
Ever.
we're
Yeah,
gonna
hang
keep
on
Sade
right
right here.
Oh, I like
Is
it.
this good on this camera?
We're still
It
focused.
looks great over here.
So
Looks like she's a guest.
don't worry, Corey. I've been
Ever
here
since
before.
you started smoking weed, she just sinks into the
I fuck
couch.
with you.
Yeah. So
You're not fun anymore.
yeah. So
You're
like
doing a great job,
obviously,
Sabrina.
thank you.
That's not bad.
So Snoop.
Thanks for coming, Corey.
So anyway, met George. He said blah blah blah. You know, it was like a this. I got rid of all those assholes, and I flew up on a Wednesday. And I had to do all this other kind of crazy shit. It was always just a circus from start to finish on every.
I mean, everything.
Every single thing. But again, out of George's mouth, you wouldn't fucking be here if it wasn't, would you? And I was like,
Yeah.
no, of course not. I wouldn't have a fucking job.
Yeah, anything worth it's gotta
If you
be
weren't
hard.
insane, I would have nothing to do.
Was he like Aldous Snow at all? Like in that movie, Get Into the Grave?
No.
Hey, we gotta catch a flight. He's
No,
like this.
it was.
I need another bottle of scotch.
Just steal the
Yeah,
carpet.
no, it 1,001.
For sure?
1,000% was. It was more
Push the
so
flight
getting
back.
him to not drink before we were filming was like the biggest, or like while we were filming. Corey.
Nothing.
Sorry, my alter ego is Aldous Snow. Is what it is.
So that was
Aldous
like
Snow,
that was the
Rockstar.
biggest.
That's a
I
fictional
think was
character.
like being like, "Hey George, we want this to look good. We don't want to have to do this again because you're not going to get paid if we have to. If we have to do this again, I'm not going to pay you because this
That's
is the
a
day that
great
you're getting
motto.
paid for." And also, I mean, George is on probation for like a lot of the.
It's a harsh
time.
industry.
70 years for probation.
Yeah. It was crazy. His probation officer was such a sweetie. I hope he watches this as well. He was amazing.
I do
his
too.
name?
I hope
What's
his
his
whole
name?
family watches it.
you
And
know
their
his name?
family.
I
And
can't
their
say.
family.
Shout
I
out
can't say
to Boston George's
Probation
PO
officer.
officer.
Shout out P.O.
'Cause
I'll
they-
never say that again.
Some of them suck. That's what I was
PO,
saying. Some of them suck. If you're a good PO, dude, and you're really out there trying to help, shout outs to you. Let's keep going.
Yes.
He's still one of my favorite people. But yeah, it was just it was crazy start to finish. So he signed the agreement, and I went up on a Wednesday and I quit. I put in my 2 weeks with Snoop on a Friday. So like we
You
were
had to tell
filming.
you
Was
had to give
Snoop
Snoop
pissed?
a
On a
week.
Friday?
Damn.
You know
I think
that.
on a Monday.
Why like listen,
shizzle?
I cried in my meeting.
It's so hard to like
I cried in
skip
my
out,
meeting 'cause
but
it
like
was
we have to
like-
touch base on all this stuff. You know what I mean?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It was it's so crazy because it's like obviously I'm a mom now, so it's like wild to go back in the archives of a totally different.
Not that
life.
long ago,
Yeah,
though.
It was
you
not
gotta
that long
add
ago.
Right?
person while it's
Exactly.
still there.
Yeah, exactly.
My daughter's 3,
It's
and I
alright.
feel like I'm
Penelope,
like, yeah,
when
before.
you watch this, don't trip.
And-
it's not that big of shoes to fill. You got this.
So, no,
but
7.5, no big deal.
It was wild because I put in my 2 weeks that following Friday, but my last shoot that I had with Dog, was our Thanksgiving Day shoot.
Whoa! I know you didn't just say dog.
That's all we call him is dog.
Everybody's first name, and then you're like,
Then you call him by the
Mr.
middle,
Dog.
by his last name.
Hey, dog.
You don't call him doggy. You're like,
I didn't say Mr. Broadus.
Do you know
Mr. Brodus. Hey Calvin. Hey Calvin.
Hey, Calvin.
So I don't want to derail from this because this is a great story.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stop you, but I couldn't.
So
let that
you
slide.
had to give your 2 weeks notice to
to dog
Snoop.
to dog.
I have it,
To the man himself,
I
like
had
the
to give it to
OG.
our team.
Right.
I talked to Dog. Shut up, Zach.
I didn't say that.
I talked.
If you don't get me that day,
I talked.
just
No,
w-
I
just-
talked. I had to talk to Dog our last shoot where I was like, "Hey, I'm leaving. This is my last shoot with you. Whatever." Because to be honest, he doesn't give a fuck. Like he
Right.
just wants to know that someone's taking my position that's going to do the job fine. You know, like he is not. You know, like
I mean, y'all are
was.
cool, but I mean, he knows
I
100 million.
was so close with. I still am so close with his family. I love his family very much. Cordell, shout out to my boy. You know, it's just crazy the way that things work out. And again, back to preach is you do everything with good intentions and you set out and you manifest and
Put the energy.
You fucking.
Usually what
That sounds like you just you left Fort Pierce and just crushed it. Just fucking slammed
I
everything.
swear that's how it goes.
I
sometimes.
swear, I was like, damn, like you're telling him like that's so crazy.
Well, Corey knows my biggest claim to fame, which
Oh, here it comes.
also
Name drop.
wait, this is gonna be even better because I know my ex-boyfriend's gonna watch this.
Oh
Shout
yeah,
out- shout
tell
out
him to have his
shout out
friends
to
watch
my-
it too. As many people can watch it as possible.
Shout out to my Fort Pierce ex-boyfriend is that when I moved.
Oh, are you talking about? Are you not? Don't do it. I'm out.
Hold on. When I moved to LA, I was tripping on mushrooms at a party like maybe 2 weeks. I moved there.
That's awesome.
I moved there and it was maybe like 2 weeks in, right? And I'm up at this house in Beverly Hills and I eat some mushrooms. I'm smoking a fat joint out on this fucking
Allegedly
out on this beautiful piece of property in Beverly Hills, right? Like this old school house. And this guy walks out,
Paul
and
Newman.
yeah, this guy walks out. He goes, "Hey, do you mind if I smoke? Like if I smoke out here?" And I was like, and I held on my joint. I was like, "No, I don't give a fuck. Like
You're good.
whatever, we're good." So we start like talking. We're out there for like an hour and a half, like just driving.
It's your
so
baby
I
daddy.
finally my God, no. This was when I was 19 when I first moved there, and
Fucking Idris Elba.
blah blah blah. Long story short, I'm driving with this guy, like talking about all music stuff, and he said I discovered Sublime. Like I was the guy that. I own a management label because he said, "What do you want to do while you're out here?" I said, "I moved out here to be a photographer. I want to like shoot live concerts. I want to shoot bands." And he said, "I discovered Sublime. My management label, Silverback, whatever. His name was John Phillips. Love you, John Phillips. So much."
John.
Shout out John Phillips. Let's go.
So,
Can we
John-
Can we find his tag and put him in here? I would love that.
Oh, 100%. He's the man. And John,
guy. He's on
John
already.
was like, "I'll give you a job. Blah blah. Do you have a camera? Because to be the house photographer of Slightly Stupid, Revolution, The Expendables, Fishbone.
Every white guy that had dreads.
Yes, everybody. But this,
Just
but
not-
granted, let's go
favorite
back.
bands.
Wait, let's go back in time. This was 2011.
Oh, all white guys had dreads in
So,
2011.
I did
you
not-
hear me
I don't
though?
like
Like
it.
this is when Slightly Stupid was the hottest. This is when
Slightly Stupid was tight,
Revolution was just getting started.
Revolution was the
Talking
only one that I
Heads.
fuck with, and because Homeboy sounded just like Lil Wayne.
But
It's like Revolution. Have you heard the rapper, dude?
Revolution is the least.
The rapper just sounds just like
the least I
Weezy.
fuck with.
Wait, hold on.
First of all, they didn't even spell it right. Isn't it Revolution?
Backwards E always works.
Idiots.
Morons.
So, yeah.
With the word love spelled backwards in it, so it's like Revolution. Love.
So it was like this crazy opportunity, and I was like tripping balls. So like I like kind of had to look back at my text the next day. I was like, did that really happen? Did I really get that job? So like the biggest like like once I got the job, whatever, I was like ingrained into it, and I was everyone's photographer, and I knew that my cheesy ass ex boyfriend that lived here loved Revolution, which
Chomp.
I never liked Revolution.
Also, I might be friends with him.
I had to go.
I can't believe I just said. But you like 311 and stuff.
Love 311. Loves like
Amber. People say Amber is the color of my energy.
Okay. 311's good, but do not say slightly stupid. Do not.
Love Slightly Stupid. Slightly Stupid is my jam.
What about Revolution?
If I would go as far as
Not
to
so
say,
much.
I would go as far as to say we might cancel this whole shit because I don't even want to hear the word slightly stupid on my
You're
shit.
like, listen, I don't give a fuck
What
about
about
Johnny
Pepper?
Depp. What about Revolution though? Like,
What about Revolution though? Am I right?
I wasn't a big fan of them, but they were like home.
Yeah, you were. You don't go back now, brother.
no, you. That's your
He said they're the only one I liked. And you're like, you like that? He's like, no. I said you said it. I said,
Someone said, hey,
I
you-
said he sounded like
hey, you
Lil Wayne. That's all I
Sublime?
said.
They're like, hey, you like Sublime? You're like, yeah, with Rome.
Yes, exactly.
I would never say that.
Never said it.
hey man, let's
Alien
go.
or Van Halen?
Man.
Baby.
Yeah, he's been my hype man. He is my hype man. Sublime.
Corey
The
G's
Sublime
everybody's
Brothers.
hype man, baby.
Catch us on the next tour.
Corey G is
But
hype,
I
man.
got-
He's the
I got-
official hype man.
I got them VIP tickets to go see Revolution on me.
Wow, why do
I'm like,
why do you hate him so
I
much?
go, don't even tell her that.
Why do you hate them
don't
so
even-
much? Why
don't
would you
even
do
tell
that to
her-
them?
Yeah, don't even tell her that they're from me. Like, cause
Tell her?
Oh, we got.
He had a new girlfriend and whatever. And I was like,
shit.
hey boy, I see that you're like being real basic. You like,
probably
you
will
like
listen.
Revolution. Just,
So
like,
you
get
got.
those tickets. Yes.
That's awesome. That's
So,
that's
like-
like the biggest backhanded,
So you just,
like
you just
isn't
flex
it?
hard
passive
as hell.
aggressive,
Yeah.
like.
Well, I'm sure he like
We got
rode
tickets.
that train until the wheels fell off. He was like, yeah, I bought these tickets for you, boo. I love you so
No,
much.
guess what I got us with my money that I bought.
He did not.
stuff with.
VIP tickets to Revolution,
chance.
baby. 1,000%.
Look at you.
So you didn't even
Why
reach
not,
out to
man?
know afterwards?
I know it. Fuck no. But so anyway, those are the things that came with like being with getting like really amazing success right out the gates in LA.
Dude, if you
With-
freaking sent me
That was
tickets
the-
to
was
see
that-
someone,
I was
if you sent me
young.
tickets to see someone, I'd be so fucking
I was
pissed.
young with a lot of control, so I was just like,
should
hey,
do it,
yeah,
though.
here's some
That was
tickets.
a
here's some bullshit.
huge-
Here's some this. Here's some of that.
That was a-
So-
Man, I would
Huge
suck if
flex.
you did that for me. That would suck. I
Yeah,
would
don't
hate
act
it.
like you wouldn't go.
Don't. You better not send me concert tickets. Or I'll be
Zach is
pissed.
trying so hard. Don't ever do it to me. I'll hate it.
Yeah,
I'll take some tickets though.
Don't ever send it as.
I want
If
all
I
the
ever went
tickets,
to a
though, like,
67
You better not. That would really chap my hide.
If you send tickets to 6708 Palm Drive,
Oh,
I didn't even say the right one.
whoa, man! I know that's not even the right street. Not even the
If I
right
went to a
county.
Steel concert, I'd wear a Batman hat.
Hey, let me ask you. Okay, so hey, look, I'm looking at my man Corey over here now. When you obviously we're kind of rocking the same thing. Now you wear a hat, you put a hat on, you automatically put it forward or backwards.
Forward, although. Okay, so how old am I in this scenario?
13
13 backwards, baby.
Obviously.
today.
All day. Forward. I'm grown.
At any point, do you put it backwards and then crook it a little bit
Hell
like
no.
this? Like,
No, I'm 30 years old, partner. I don't do that no more.
Well,
It was a lot because even with the time that we were granted, like it originally was 6 episodes and then it became 5
Right.
because the attention span of America is so short.
exactly. I'm talking about that.
So like let's say intellectual people like ourselves who want to hear all the details, you still have to like formulate it and conform
Right.
to the attention span. And it fucking sucks because there are a lot of those great stories, but I'll be real with you, like I cut out I fired an agent from like one of the biggest agencies in the world that we had because he was being a total dickweed about like this one scene. Like he was like, yeah, he's like, this scene was like far. It literally was in the email. Far
Like one scene?
too long. Yeah, it was like a major this major critical moment. You could just tell that he just wasn't connecting with it because he was like a millennial mindset of bullshit.
No, you
And
can't
I
show
was
this
like,
on TV.
and I
Stupid
go,
idiot.
and I go, I'm not the type of filmmaker that will ever conform to the millennial attention
Right.
span. And if you're my representation, then that means that you're not the right fit for this because you don't understand the fucking product. You understand what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
So you have to sit there and you have to, as an artist these days, you have to fight for your rights
To party.
to fulfill, to party.
You cannot say that
because for
phrase.
me, no,
You
you have to
can't.
fight for your right to party because guess what? Like partying to me is fulfilling my duty as a filmmaker
Right.
to give the public
All sides.
all the information.
Yeah.
Every side.
So if I cut everything
Yes,
out
even-
that bores someone who has the attention span of an Instagram video, then I'm fucked. I
Right,
can't do
right.
my job. You
Yeah.
know, so you have to do this like you have to stay in this medium ground again as a filmmaker in this day and age to
Right.
say, well, what do the masses want? Well,
Yeah.
to me, as an intellect, at least for the things that interest me, that me and those worlds don't meet. But you have to, because you have to, again, like, get it out to the world, and people have to be interested.
But it's
enough
like you
to buy
feel
it.
like when you like give them what you've made, your docuseries, what you made. You're not asking them to proofread it. You're showing them what you got.
Exactly.
You're not.
Yeah,
you're not.
Yeah.
I know notes.
It's like,
Hey,
it's like
bitch, this is what you
selling a car
get.
as is,
There's no
like, you want
conforming,
this
there's
or
no-
not.
Yeah, no. I'm not here asking if this is cool. I'm saying this is cool. This is what I got.
You
Yeah.
selling
Yeah,
it
I get
as is.
And
I
people,
love that.
And people are so
That's really
stoked
cool,
on it.
yeah.
You know, like, I showed it to my most critical friends. You know, like,
Is it completed?
oh, it's done.
Oh,
it's
wow.
in the can. Yeah, it was in. So,
So
Yeah.
can we watch it after this? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
no, but I told you, we'll definitely watch the trailer, and your audience will be able to see the trailer, and it's gonna be epic.
Really?
Yeah,
for
if we're
sure.
like,
Okay.
if we could
Yeah,
tag,
can
if
we-
we tag
we can
you
do
in
that?
our comments.
Oh, all the
That's
deals,
amazing.
all the tags, all the things.
I did have a good question. 'Cause
Doubt
based
it.
on your thing, it's like based on your experience, rather, not your thing. You just said everything. Producing and all that.
Doing
It's like,
great.
Is there any like show that's like realistic to where like it's coincide with the show? And I only say that because I'm a big fan of Snowfall right now. And Snowfall was supposed to be Freeway Rick Ross's show with John Singleton, who's done
What is the question? I'm so confused.
Yeah.
What your question is?
Fucking shoot.
because you've done this. You put it into a point of view where it's got to sell, and you already know like the movie's such a great movie.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So
You know
was
what
your
I'm saying?
like?
But I'm
Was it
saying
like?
is, do you compare like others' work rather? Like your work, your shit's hot to sell.
Oh, is it like when
Like,
you
no
can't
disrespect or
enjoy
anything
watching
like that. I'm
things
saying,
because
like,
you're
yo,
critique?
you have
Oh yeah, 1000%. I've been able to watch a movie in a regular fashion for a very long time.
Oh, I would not have
Because,
used that
like,
shot.
Every action scene, every comedy scene, like everything you watch, for me, I'm like orchestrating the scenes in my head. So it's like no
It's
fun
nothing
anymore.
like that.
So like I
That's
watch,
crazy to think.
like I watch like not like mindless stuff by any
Just
means.
easy-
But
easy stuff to-
easy breezy,
Yeah, yeah,
lemon
yeah.
squeezy, right
The
before I go
Office.
to bed. Right, it's
The
like
Office,
some-
yeah.
yeah,
Chef,
because
it's the best
guess
show
what?
ever.
It's one scene, hardly like maybe they're in the parking lot one time, or they're down in like the warehouse.
always in the
In the
same place.
office the
Oh,
whole
they're in
time.
the office.
Yeah.
Like that's
Easy.
It. I know
It's
what the setup
comfortable.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what the setup is. Like for me, like I go
That's
old school
cute.
to like
I like
something
that.
like Cheers.
I'll
You
kill
know what I
you.
mean? Like I love the show Cheers.
Cheers is the best show
Oh.
ever. That's Cheers is the best. That's
you know
why.
what?
The
That's
best-
why
the
I
best
bartend.
writing-
That's why I bartend.
Hello.
But the best,
Sam Malone.
the best writing of all time.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Arrested Development. I like Seinfeld's probably got the best writing of all time.
For sure. But Cheers,
Seinfeld's
okay,
another one.
Cheers is like
For sure.
13, 15 seasons or whatever.
They're like the definition of the
They
cinema.
don't leave the fucking
Bar.
Ever.
No, there's that one. Nope, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. There's that
They
one.
go to someone's apartment one time.
Yeah,
or
because there was a
something, but,
ghost.
like,
It was what's her face? It was Carla. Carla had a ghost, and
yeah,
she was scared.
But
you know
how
what I'm saying,
funny
though?
is that show? Like you
you're
said,
a fucking
just in
genius
the-
if you can make a show that's based off of sitting.
Somebody,
at a
anybody
fucking
that's
bar
worked,
and
anybody
it.
that's worked a bar, that's bartended knows.
God,
that-
You're
that's
looking
exactly-
at it, folks. Are you not entertained?
They're like radio.
That's not the. Are you not entertained?
I just said, are you not entertained?
Oh.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have a pad that says
No,
that,
this,
idiot.
This is yet again a Coreyism where he knows that we should have hit the other button.
What is she talking about? Good hit. I'm back.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
I don't know.
Harry or Lloyd?
No, now we're back.
Who's your
Now
favorite?
we're back.
Who's your favorite? Harry or
Welcome
Lloyd?
to the Whiskey Wonders.
Harry or Lloyd?
Who's your favorite? Harry or Lloyd?
Oh, come on.
Which one, Corey? You sound like you about to pick one.
Lloyd all day. Are you fucking kidding me?
Harry's.
We made it to the moon.
Zach, that makes sense.
Listen, I went to I went to the Stanley Hotel in Colorado, and I ordered a beer right where he ordered the beer, and like was waiting on Homegirl.
I don't
In the movie?
care.
In the movie, he's like, women. She's like 4 hours late. He's like, 4 hours late, women. And he's like sitting there, and the guy feels so bad, and he's like giving the beer. But on the way out, he sees the fucking thing.
The moon landing?
Yeah.
We landed
So
on the
listen,
moon.
I watched a documentary, or not, like maybe just like an interview.
Was it a docuseries?
Probably. It might have been Man on the Moon, but there was like how his.
That's a good one. That's a real
It's so good, I know.
Doing.
But it was all listen. It was all improv. That was not in the script for him to go and look in the movie Dumb and Dumber for him to go. Oh, and when he's walking out and he looks at that picture and he goes, "All right, we made it on the moon. All right." And he walks out of the room. That's not scripted. That's all fucking Jim Carrey.
Improv.
So you think
He's
back to
a-
you thinking that Cheers is the best written TV show? Really?
Yes.
Seinfeld.
The Office. We're this the same bracket.
Seinfeld.
They're in the Office. The whole time.
Seinfeld.
The Office was originally done in the UK. That's all I have to say.
And that is a
Ricky
great
Gervais.
show, but
The UK
it
one
doesn't-
sucks. I don't get it.
Listen, and that's because I get it.
It does.
I'm American and I don't get it and I don't like it.
It was good nuts. Yeah, exactly.
We don't get the
it's
jokes.
very aggravating British comedy.
I don't
It's
get- I don't-
aggravating British comedy where I'm like.
But you can also respect it and see where it would be funny.
British comedy is like embarrassing. Like it makes me like I'm not embarrassing. They should be okay. Let me rephrase that before I get canceled.
It's like watching Charlie
Sorry,
Chaplin
guys.
still walk around and get hit by
You
like
know,
a beam pole.
it's-
You know, like,
we don't know their slang.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know the British slang.
That's
I
stupid.
watched the first season.
Yeah,
of
I know.
Shameless.
No, People Just Do
You ever
Nothing
seen
is one of the
first
best shows
episode
ever.
of
Though.
Shameless ever. And you like not to spoil anything, but the dude is gay, and in the British version, he's like he sees gay magazines. He's like, "Oi, wait! You wake off a bloke? This is the worst diggles." And I'm like,
I don't even know.
I
Yeah.
don't know what's happening.
But also, Shameless, I can't fuck with that because I got a lot of stress and things going on in my life. Shameless is just
so
like
much.
adding
So much stress.
You know,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like watching a whole
they
other
gonna
family
be
go
okay?
through it like this.
Ricky-
Hey, look, this
let's
is
just
taken
say
away
this.
from my
He's like,
fucking.
"Hey, do you like to see Emmy Rossum naked? I have a show for you."
Yeah,
With you,
this
though.
is horrible.
I'm with you though. See,
Do you want to see as much struggle that you see in your normal day life, and then just go home and watch a show about the same
yeah,
thing?
kind of, yeah, because
Because it's relatable.
and no, yeah, but theirs is
That's
worse. I don't
stressful.
go through what they go through.
No, it's all crazy. That's all.
What are you gonna say about Ricky Gervais though?
I love him
That's-
though. I love him. He's the
Good.
best thing ever served.
Yeah,
Hey, Corey,
no,
Corey,
I
you're
would-
fired.
Listen, don't worry. I have moms.
What you talking about, Willis?
No, I was
As
saying
a mom,
about
what's your favorite app then?
just asked her a question.
my favorite app. My app that sees my daughter sleeping in her bed. That's my favorite app.
I use
But,
Wise. I got my Wise camera in there.
That's cute. I guarantee this is not going to make this.
Did you just say?
Probably not.
So listen. No,
She
what I was
goes-
gonna,
she
what I was
said
gonna say
cute.
about what I was
She
gonna
said
say.
that's
Ricky Gervais is, The Office British. You know, the British UK Office, which is the original. So thank you for that, British UK.
I guess we had to
Office
we had to
version.
make your shit better.
Cool.
But Ricky Gervais is a fucking genius.
Yes, I like- yeah.
He's the main executive producer, creator of that, and we wouldn't have had The Office was it not for.
Right. And then
Oh, I respect it. I respect it. I just don't get it.
it's hard to
I do
follow.
get it,
I
and I still
try.
think it's funny. So,
Yeah,
like,
I really
I
try.
No, that's what I don't get. What's funny about it? I get it,
Right.
but like I don't
I'm-
get what's
I'm
funny.
such a big
Exactly.
fan
Thank
of
you.
the
Totally different
US
types of
Office.
comedy.
I'm a
and
fan of the
Smash.
idea of it more than the actual
Yeah.
thing.
All right, listen. We're gonna take a short little fucking break, and we're gonna come back to you guys and talk a little bit more shit here in a minute. All right.
We'll be back. Okay.
Cheers.
I get whiskey bent, hellbound.
All right.
Whiskey Bent and
Welcome
Hellbound.
back.
We have a
From
very
a
important
nice
question in reference to my glasses. Is I got inspired to have glasses that stay tinted by Tom Petty because
Fucking right.
Nice.
Florida boy.
Also R.I.P.
Florida boy.
Yeah,
Rest
in
I
peace.
had I was
I seen him in
blessed-
concert, which is amazing.
So not,
Yeah, I didn't.
Not to outshine anything, but I was there at the Hollywood Bowl for his like last show.
Oh, Mr. Me Too, huh? Okay.
No,
I'm
not
just kidding.
not
I'm
me
just
too.
kidding.
Not me too. It's
Sorry,
me
I
better.
was-
Not me too. Me better.
I always said to my sister, you know, I made it once I have tinted glasses like Tom, and
Look at you. You did it.
and here we are. So I didn't come in here. I had my contacts in before, and then I was like, you know what?
I'm fucking
I haven't
doing
done,
it.
I haven't done a sit down with people in a long time because I haven't been in LA.
Is this what this is? Oh, is this like a real LA
And
sit
here
down?
We are, yeah.
It's like a
How
real LA
legit do we
sit
feel?
down.
This is the closest thing since motherhood.
Right?
for
You walk
sure.
in here.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
done one other interview with someone who did it really well, and it's this other girl, Chelsea, out of Miami.
She's probably better than us.
Yeah, she's me. She's me.
Did you just say yeah to better than us? I didn't.
No, no, no.
No, I said she's probably better
And
than
then
us.
she goes, yeah.
No.
Well,
not better,
yeah,
not better,
I'm not.
better. Just it's
Different.
Like a lot.
yeah,
Not
way,
better,
way-
just different.
Way different. That was like much
Thank
more
you.
interview based.
You tell me you didn't just get plastered off whiskey while you talked to her the whole time?
No, I did not get plastered on whiskey.
Drink-
Well, we did
drink whiskey
we
and
did drink
smoke
wine.
weed this
It
whole
was
time?
like more of like a divorcee.
Like at the W and
I was
shit?
like, white wine, bitch. Let's ride. But it was,
Oh, towel boy.
It was like interview. Major
that's cool.
interview based. So
Nice.
yeah.
So wait, so you moved back here to Fort Pierce?
yes, or to wherever we are allegedly.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, back to here to.
That's the only thing that's not alleged.
Anyways, but so you moved here, so you still. Are you still in the same? You're still in the same field, right? But there's no like production companies around here, right?
Yeah,
Like,
no. Well, since we've been in the process of selling the docuseries, it worked out so perfectly. It was crazy. Like selfishly, I
So
became
selfish.
I became a mom and a single mom at that. Right before the pandemic.
Shout out you.
Thank you. Right before the pandemic happened, so it was like my daughter was born in November. The pandemic happened in February or the beginning of March. And I was like, shit, like major FOMO. I should be in LA. This. Within the first few months, because of course, naturally, which obviously you guys
That's where shit goes
do
down.
not know the feeling, and that's fine. But
Oh, I live there. Come on, I know you remember.
yeah, for sure.
I've been
It's
there.
like, where you're like,
I slept there a
but
couple times.
but I'm a career-driven woman, and you take on motherhood, and you're like,
It's like this.
like everyone's making money without me, and everyone's doing everything without me.
You have no
like, what the
time
fuck?
for anything
And then the
else.
whole world got shut down, and selfishly, I was like,
Perfect.
I cannot believe no one else is doing it. Like no one else is even allowed to do anything. Like
It's like somebody who's
without
like,
me.
man, I can't work. Like she can't work. No one else can
And
work.
now my daughter-
Y'all all laid
What a
off.
blessing, because it gave you enough time to settle. and-
reset and
yeah.
and now my daughter's getting old enough where it's like if I need to travel with her back to LA, it's not a problem,
Right.
or to leave her with my mom is like not an issue or whatever. So like it's great, she's an angel, but it's crazy like the difference of the worlds of what we've discussed. Think about it. It went from very drug, sex, rock and roll to being a mom in Fort Pierce. But that's the beauty of life, right? Is like you have to have those moments and those humbling moments that get you back to your roots, because it's like a full circle ordeal. Like that's what life's about. Like I'm back here now, and I'm taking care of my family's business, and I'm doing everything I need to do.
Right.
And then Hollywood will be knocking at my door.
I mean, you're still
Unfortunately-
you got the foot in the door.
Thank
Yo,
you.
you're gonna be
they'll be knocking at my door at the expense of George, which sucks. But that's pretty much what's happening right now. Is like while I was on the phone with my agent while I was taking reservations at my dad's restaurant simultaneously today. Like that was happening. I
I fucking hate when that happens. That shit is
Yeah,
the worst.
well,
That shit gets.
what?
I'm like, yo,
Huge,
agent, hold
like-
on. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, like
10
literally-
million? No.
Large or small?
Yeah. My agent and my
I'm not taking
co-producer
it.
will watch this, and they'll know the moment where I go, "Hey, can you guys hold for 1 moment?" And I like put it on mute, and I was like, "Good afternoon, Chuck Seafood."
Yeah.
What is it? It's
Chuck Seafood.
Yeah.
Allegedly on Hutchinson Island.
And,
Allegedly by a roundabout.
And
Allegedly
also,
fire food.
Fire, so fire.
So good.
No, it's not even allegedly. If you're listening to this and you come from any of
It's confirmed. It's confirmed?
Please come and
very-
Chuck
eat at
Seafood.
You're
Chuck
paying-
Seafood.
You're paying my.
There's a reason why they made the roundabout.
Let's go, Chuck Seafood.
Chuck Seafood.
You are on track to be possibly the coolest mom. You're gonna be the cool mom of everyone. You're gonna be like, my mom used to work for Snoop Dogg. My mom
You're-
ran
you're-
Snoop Dogg shit. But look at all this. How cool
also-
is that?
Hopefully,
Can we-
by then it'll be like my mom works for Snoop Dogg.
So listen, you're
That's an accomplishment.
you're
I would
little
run that if
girl.
I was his janitor. I'd be like, I work for Snoop Dogg. You can't tell me shit.
Listen, I cleaned his toilet once. Okay, like fuck with me, please. No.
Well, is it because you're peeing on it afterwards? Or you're like,
He's like, oop, there goes a little spray right there.
Yeah.
but you're a little girl, adorable,
Amazing. Yeah, she's.
and
so
her
cool.
name is Penelope.
She's way fucking cool. She's the coolest, but
How old?
she's.
Can I ask if there's any
She's California bred.
is there any relevance to
I like rye bread.
Penelope from the movie?
No, oh my god.
That's just the
It's-
actor's name.
It's so crazy.
I know,
It was
but-
like
Actually,
that was
yeah,
by
it
chance.
actually
So,
is
like,
weird,
My
right?
family's Greek, and
Okay.
Penelope's a very Greek name. and because it comes from Greek mythology. And
Penelope.
yeah, Penelope was Odysseus's wife, who, while Odysseus was lost at sea, if anyone who knows
The one who was
Greek mythology, yeah, he was lost at sea, and he had to battle all of these.
He's the first flower.
Neptune.
All of these like horrible, sea monsters and everything in Greek mythology.
Allegedly.
But his wife Penelope, every other king from every other castle, if you will, came in to try to like bang her, and she was like, I'm waiting for my husband to show back up.
Why is all Greek mythology like so
They wanted
weird?
to bang
Raping,
him.
sex,
It's all
like
sex. Well, think about the Olympics. I was like men, and they're like
They're just
there was a
all
lot of
butt ass
stuff
naked.
going.
They had
Yeah.
wrestling in the Olympics. They're all butt ass naked.
what are we doing? What are we doing?
We're a proud culture, okay, and we're also we're a proud.
Are you Greek?
Yeah, 100%, pretty much.
100%?
We have a snippet of Irish.
Angelos does sound that is
So-
Greek, isn't it?
We yeah. So both
That isn't.
both my
Did you look at
parents are
Sade
Greek.
next to you like this?
Yeah, I'm just like this.
Yeah, we Greek.
We're Greek. We
She
we're
is
about-
very
We're
Greek.
about 75% Greek.
Giannis
so-
Antetokounmpo,
Yeah, Greek freak.
Totally.
A little Greek
Only
goddess.
other Greek guy I know.
Yeah.
Mykonos.
So
Yeah, are Greeks just really horny? Is that what the thing is? Like,
I'm
'cause
sorry.
we went from, like, the most important
The
topics
worst
ever.
pickup
whole-
line I've ever.
the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh god.
So are Greeks horny?
So you Greeks are really horny all the time, right?
It's
How
something in those
horny are you?
olives.
You're Greek, right?
How horny are
Oh,
they?
you
Give
Greek.
one-
How many olives do
No,
you
but-
eat a day?
Listen, if you listen to all the stories, like the one of
Yo, this
Medusa
one story.
and Poseidon, that was a sexual fucking story as well, where she got raped and like the whole thing. Like
I really thought you were
every
Caligula.
story
Sex is the beginning
And the end.
to life. Okay?
and the end, baby.
Let's just have it let's have
You just stick your
bygones
dick
be
in,
got-
poof.
be bygones here. Yeah.
That's how you want to
Yeah.
die. You stick your dick in.
You remember the Eddie?
It just explode.
You remember the Eddie
Murphy
Murphy?
is it? We
Yeah.
go stick your dick in there and die.
He's like,
So,
now that age shit, you
So
just
guys,
die.
any other questions for me?
So-
I have one
You
more.
guys got any other questions?
I was going to say, like, other than blow, I mean,
What other drugs have you done? Oh wait, no, you're going somewhere else, right?
And we're back.
We're gonna need another hour.
like you have a close attachment to blow,
Nice.
the movie, which is really a great movie. Like,
One of the best.
Johnny Depp. I have a 2-part question. First one,
What do you
be
smell
very vague. Is what's another like crime movie like that you can compare what you've gone to? And second, what's your favorite Johnny Depp movie?
Ooh, okay, hit him with it.
Okay.
That's the only pad we have tonight is the horns.
Well,
Because I'm not controlling.
the crazy thing is that before I met George, before I did anything that I was doing, even way beyond any of my time in LA, my favorite Johnny Depp movie was Blow. So that was just like all by irony, but like I watched it early on in my life, and I didn't revisit it at all in like my adulthood, if you will. I watched it at home, and
I knew it
even
was a
my
good
sister. Yeah, exactly. Like I was like, okay, this is great. But I knew Johnny Depp through all of his shit, and you obviously just see him as like a total like sex icon as well as,
Yeah.
as a
I
girl.
know, right?
And you're like,
I can't help but being Greek horny for that
you are
dude.
something else.
you
Yeah,
guys
I'm Greek horny for that
I
guy.
was all types of Greek horny for him before and after I saw anything.
Like you like Donnie Brasco, like
This is-
I thought you said you
But I
didn't
mean-
see the podcast.
But okay, Gilbert Grape, like
oh yeah. Well, no, that head of hair he had at Gilbert Grape was pretty handsome. It's Leonardo DiCaprio stole the show, but.
he's just again
But
just
so you're saying
a fabulous guy. And,
well, that's funny
and
that you said that
wonderful.
because your favorite Johnny Depp movie is him in Blow,
Yeah.
and which is crazy.
I mean, but if
But
you
I
had
think
to
a lot of
say
people-
well, your
a lot of
yeah.
people think that, and a lot of people say that.
You guys forgetting about Captain Jack Sparrow?
Well, no, yeah, but that was for the new. That was like all the
New,
kids.
old,
Alright.
old, mid.
Yeah,
It's all.
No,
tight.
he's amazing. 1,000% Jack Sparrow. But I'm saying
Edward Scissorhands.
Oh,
before
see, now you're talking.
Edward Scissorhands, amazing. Like,
What's the
and
other one?
also was,
What did he do?
21 Jump Street.
Didn't he do? What's the?
Well, that's what I was saying.
No,
he did, he
I
did-
was gonna say something
Rum
wrong.
Diaries.
Rum
loved
Diaries.
That wasn't that good. I
Hunter
mean,
S. Thompson was
Wasn't
another
that
guy.
wasn't that good. Fear and Loathing. Fear and Loathing.
Yes.
His very-
We're talking over each other. We have to.
His
One
first
person at a
claim
time,
to
please.
fame. His first claim to fame was Nightmare on Elm Street.
Really?
That was.
Oh, wow.
He was in that with.
Yeah.
It was like Freddy Krueger. He was the heartthrob, and that was like his, I think one of his.
I love that you say Freddy Krueger like that.
Freddy Krueger. Yeah. He was the heartthrob in that, and I think that was his first thing. And then it was 21 Jump Street, and then it was Edward Scissorhands. So like in the documentary, you'll like we're sitting there talking to George before, and it's crazy because we're interviewing George while we're meeting the PR guy who worked for the warden, and we're going to meet with Bruce Porter who wrote the book. And this is when we didn't even think we were ever anywhere close to filming with Johnny.
Right.
So these interviews are happening 2 years before I ever filmed with Johnny, and it's wild because we're like, George, tell us about what you thought about when they said Johnny Depp was going to play you. And he goes, we know. They told me it was going to be Val Kilmer. And I was like, okay, that's cool.
And I got Johnny Depp.
And then they told me,
I can see that, though.
and then they told me, well, this is George in prison circa, 1999, right? Because they didn't begin filming, or it didn't come out until 2001. So even before that, in the late 90s.
I'm gonna watch that shit
And they're
tonight.
like, and then I'll send you guys the first episode. Shh. So, and then they said so-and-so. And then they said so-and-so. And then they said Tom Cruise. And I said, Tom Cruise has never even smoked a fucking joint.
Yeah, you gotta
That's what George said.
This whole chick's gonna go to the Church of Scientology. L. Ron Hubbard's stealing his money.
People. And then they said, have you ever... Oh, my God. They called back, the production company called back, George, have you ever heard of Johnny Depp? And he goes, no, who the fuck's Johnny Depp? He goes,
That was back then, though. That's 99.
This is 99. They said Nightmare on Elm Street, 21 Jump Street.
Oh.
And then they said,
Edward
Edward Scissorhands. He's like a blah blah that like
Looks like Robert Smith from The
cuts
Cure.
hair or whatever. He goes, you guys have lost your fucking minds. And he goes, let him just come in there and meet you. And Johnny came off. He was partying all fucking
in
weekend.
jail. Like let him come
came in the prison.
Right.
Came in the prison. So I'm sitting there talking to the warden's PR, this guy Paul Ott, who's amazing. Shout out to Paul Ott.
Shout out Paul Ott.
Much. He's amazing. He was a Florida State alumni. He's super cool as fuck. And he goes, you hear a name like Johnny Depp in the 90s and you think you have a female riot on your hands. Because everyone in the entire prison got wind that George Jung is in the male section of the prison, and Johnny Depp is coming to see him, and I had to fucking get all of our shit in a row.
They were all sorts of Greek horny up in that bitch.
It was like Greek horny to the max / prison horny, which I think kind of outweighs
Uzo.
Doesn't prison
Comes full circle, baby.
Prison horny definitely outweighs Greek horny. Maybe.
Yeah,
What about a Greek dude that's in prison for life? How horny is that dude?
Hold on. Let's keep going,
okay.
they're all obviously
I don't
horny.
want to talk about that.
They're obviously
Okay,
horny.
my bad. Let's go. Okay, so
So he had
Because this is gonna be a shit show, whatever. But he came in again. He had to spend 100 hours with him, which was wild. So he had to like learn all the mannerisms, the way he talked, and the way he walked. And when he walked in, George goes, "You look like you've been sleeping in a fucking dumpster. Where'd you come from?" Because George
dumpster.
in prison has no idea who the fuck this guy is. He doesn't care. He just knows he's coming in there to learn who.
Yeah.
And,
So he doesn't.
and Johnny Depp kind of dresses all wacky.
This is Johnny Depp in the 90s when it was the hottest of the hot actor.
Fucking smoke show.
He was more hotter in the 90s than like after.
Yeah.
Brother.
He was fucking.
He was sexy as hell in the 90s.
But I mean, he was like heartthrob by
Allegedly.
Nice.
Allegedly, everyone loved him. I don't know. He has the money. He has the money and the numbers to prove it. So, yeah, it was just like really wild times, and George just had to go with the flow. I think that again, like the most upsetting thing for me as a filmmaker who was trying to make his dreams come true was he
Pull that up again.
even
Look at this. Look at this Johnny Depp's he's got right here.
Oh my god.
Where's the
now?
one where where'd you say what's the movie you
There was
said?
another movie I was thinking of.
The first one?
Ninth Gate was pretty
before
tight.
that?
Oh,
Friday the 3rd or
yeah.
What's the one?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm
Yeah,
Street.
no, look up the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Crimes
can
of
we see
Grindelwald. He's Grindelwald in the Harry
Grindelwald,
Potter man.
yeah.
Johnny Depp is badass.
Yeah, no, he
Yeah,
has
can
a
we
crop
see him?
top on.
Oh man, what a
wow.
fucking
Look at that
hunk,
crop
dude.
top.
No way! Look at his
Smoke
jersey.
show, boy.
That's how
Come
I
on,
look.
dude.
All my tank tops are really.
That's
small.
that Harmony Korine scene when he told me. He said, "Hey, look, take your shirt off. Come
on.
Nice.
Can I put a
With a region.
Can I put a fake Chinese tattoo on your body?
Wait, I'm sorry.
I didn't have no.
Check the glasses.
Hey, hold on.
Tattoo on me.
What?
Look at the
I
glasses.
don't even have a
Oh, hey,
My
you
God.
made it. You made it. You got
Also-
glasses like Tom
also,
and
Since
Johnny.
we're doing this and we're gonna, can we find a picture of Jet and both of them right now? Is it up
Yeah.
online? Can we find that and we could post it and just
Yeah, you can just type
Georgette
in
and yeah.
Angelos, and I'm sure
Yeah.
I think it comes
I
up.
wanna pick.
There
There
it
it is.
Hey,
find all
There
the
they are.
glasses?
Look at them.
hey.
And this is popping up. My tech guy is gonna kill it. That's awesome, man. Look at that. You guys look like you're having so much fun in that. Is that like scripted, or you guys like?
No.
Everyone just look, and that's a candid photo.
That's totally candid.
That's awesome.
One of my
Who's
main
the guy on the
favorite
left?
guys. Johnny.
That's Johnny Depp.
it is.
And then
There's Johnny.
get my neck.
You look so irritated. It's like this is our 11th take. Can we please be done with it, please? I'm almost done with it.
No, this is awesome. Isn't this your profile
Yeah.
picture right here?
Yeah.
Subtle flex.
Look at that red.
Subtle, real subtle. Way to keep it subtle, George.
We're like,
George is
oh,
hyped. I'm sure.
sheesh.
All right, everybody.
So,
Thank you for tuning in to another
what
episode
he's gonna say?
of the Whiskey Wonders podcast. Thank you for
Georgia.
coming
Thank
today
you for coming to see
thank
us.
you guys
Thanks
so
for hanging
much.
out.
and
It
blessing
was a
us
pleasure.
with amazing stories.
Hey, listen. After we know where the entire world can watch the docuseries, I'll be back on
Yeah,
for us to talk
for
about
sure.
the
Anything you want to
the
shout
aftermath
out
of
or
it.
For sure.
say, like
Anything.
tell anyone to look out for that this is the time?
Shout out to G2C Productions, which is my production company that produced this. Go on for it.
Let's go.
Everybody loves the horns.
That worked together to put on this amazing productions. Shout out to 123 Go Films, who's our representation for distribution.
They just bought the complete
Yeah,
rights.
I mean they're just like they're partnered with us.
Fuck yeah.
You know, obviously we're selling it to a huge network. Next step, and
who's the highest bidder right now?
I can't.
Come on, how tacky are you, dude?
What you talking about, Willis?
How much is your house worth?
What do you do? How
much
much?
do you
How many
weigh?
dollars do you
How
have?
much are you selling for it?
How many dollars do you have right now?
right,
So he's
Pete.
asking.
Yeah.
All right, Peacock, y'all better
But-
do y'all
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, so it
shout
should
out-
be,
shout out and major shout out to all the people that we love, which
Mm-hmm.
is obviously George and his whole family, and
Yeah.
my entire crew, and everyone in LA and Miami to New York to Massachusetts to everywhere, and especially Weymouth, Massachusetts. Shout out that we love so much. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys bringing
And
us
a
some-
big giant shout out to Georgette coming to see us.
Thank you so
On
much.
Whiskey Wonders.
Appreciate you
Yeah.
guys
Thank you.
bringing some content
Cheers,
that we
you
can
guys.
Appreciate it.
actually listen to and fuck
Hit him with it, Corey.
Yeah.
And we're out.
Yes.
Later, guys.